The Truth with Andrew Washington. Information on local businesses, things to do, current news, sports, and no politics. The type of information you want. The Truth.
Come watch The Truth with my dad, Andrew Washington.
Hey, thanks for watching The Truth with Andrew Washington and Frank Carrera. As you guys know, Frank Carrera, unfortunately, he's not doing well with his health at this moment, but he's home resting, helping me out as always, doubting himself. I don't know why, but I appreciate you guys. I asked you guys to do me one favor, my first favor that I asked for 2022, and that was to send Frank a little message, get well, just to encourage him. He thinks he left me alone here and abandoned me, but he did not. He has not stopped working. And Frankie, I appreciate you, and I hope you get better soon. Let's get to this guy right here, Dino Luzzi Energy Drink. I'm happy to say that Dino and I had a couple of conversations recently, and now I am part of the Dino Luzzi Energy Drink team. I will be promoting his product, and we'll be traveling around doing tastings, doing some magic tricks, taking photos. And hopefully this is a good venture for us both. I can help him out and he can help me out. So I always seem to mention the clubhouse. That's my new home. Thursday through Sunday, you can't find me anywhere else but the clubhouse. So part of what I do there is the gaming section is mine. The bowling area is mine. So I have to test out the games. It's just what I have to do. So I got a little clip here. This is me actually at work. Don't hate. Just watch this video.
Hey, you've seen my face before. You can't go on social media without seeing me. I'm on Instagram doing my magic. I'm on TikTok doing my magic and some silly comedy videos. You see me on The Truth with Andrew Washington and Frank Carrera. Now you can see me in another light with Dino Luzzi Energy Drink.
Well, that was a video that I created for Dino Luzzi, and yeah, I was at work, and this is what I do. That was one of the slow times at work. I have the ability to do a lot of things, and I'm very fortunate. Thank you to Dino Luzzi for giving me this opportunity. Thank you to Scott out at the clubhouse for giving me this opportunity. They put a lot of that into my hands. Tech for States. I got to tell you, we have a website coming. I linked up with and came across this deal today. Tech4States.com is going to be producing the website for Andrew Washington. Within that website, you're going to be able to hit on The Truth and get information about our show. Get the most recent show we did. There's going to be CGYS Magic and Laughs that you're going to be able to click onto and see some of the magic. And then we have the NAX Wrestling. You're going to be able to check into that. And then we have my lawn care service, which I do and when the weather is permitting. Tonight, we have Glenn McBride Jr., awesome director, awesome actor. We have a little story that we bumped into each other without knowing we were bumping into each other. Eugene Barnes is also on with us tonight. I told him, yeah, he's the host for Seton Hall basketball, men's basketball. I said, man, if you ever want to take a day off, man, I'll step in. I'll step in. Come on, 15,000 people. I'd love that opportunity. And then Ryan Roman, Puerto Rican filmmaker. He takes his stuff to another area where he's actually won awards for grown-ass kid. I can't wait to talk to him. We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we are going to talk to the lady, Mary Kennedy. You might know her from a few things she's been on, but you're certainly going to know her from Shameless. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, you've You've seen my face before. You can't go on social media without seeing me. I'm on Instagram doing my magic. I'm on TikTok doing my magic and some silly comedy videos. You see me on The Truth with Andrew Washington and Frank Carrera. Now you can see me in another light with Dino Luzzi Energy Drink.
Hey, and here we are back to The Truth with Andrew Washington and Frank Carrera. I'd like to introduce the lady herself, Mary Kennedy. Mary,
Hey,
thank you for joining me.
of course. I'm joining you from Los Angeles via satellite.
I'm a little
Oh.
jealous right now because I got to tell you, I walked outside and it's absolutely cold.
Well, we've had rain and it's been cold. We had snow came 4,000 feet. I could watch it. I could see it from the 101. So it's been pretty cold here. Today was like 63. So I'm not swimming and, at the beach or any of that. So don't be that jealous.
Mary, do you hear what you just said?
What?
It was a little cold here. It was 63. Are you kidding me?
Well, I'm originally from Boston. So for me, now 63 is
Yeah,
cold.
like 63. You're out there in your pool. What are you talking about?
Well, no, I'm not anymore. Now I've got California blood.
So-
I've got total California blood.
So this is 2 weeks in a row. So you're from Boston. Last week I had
Yeah.
John Fiore on, who's also from Boston. And
Yep.
I asked him the same question I'm going to ask you. Do you have that battle within yourself, New York, Boston, just because you're from Boston and that's what they do?
Well, here's a little secret. I lived in New York for 6 years. I lived on the Upper East Side. I lived in Brooklyn. I lived in Hoboken, which is Jersey. But I actually was a fan of the Mets. Don't tell my Boston friends. But I was a fan of the Mets, you guys. But I was there when the Yankees won the World Series.
Okay.
So there was no pull because I will be a Boston fan forever. And in LA, I'm not like, okay, Lakers, yay, okay, Rams. But I will always be a Patriots, Red Sox, Bruins fan. Sorry. And Mets.
All
That's
right,
the
well-
only exception.
I could take that. I could definitely take the Mets thing. And congratulations to your Patriots on clinching a playoff spot.
Yep.
It's interesting to see how that team is developing without Tom Brady.
I know.
And I just absolutely loved what he did the other night against the Jets, but that's another thing.
Yes.
So people know the show that you're on. You've done so many things in your career, but now you've landed this spot, this reoccurring role on Showtime's hit series Shameless. What is that like?
Well, so it was our final season. So I ended up getting 2 new episodes to my original story arc, which was on season 7. And then this past year, I made the Shameless Hall of Shame, which is, it was 6 episodes that they did. And I was on the Frank episodes. I was on 2 episodes. So I, as New Fiona, an out-of-work prostitute who works for food, that was my character, made the Shameless Hall of Shame. So you can see me now streaming on Showtime, on, everywhere you can see where it streams. And it's been a life changer. Like before this, I was on the map as a comic, as an actor, but this really put me on the map where people recognize me where I go. And Bill Macy was my dad on the show. So,
Right. And leading into that, I was going to ask you, what is it like working with Bill Macy?
he was amazing. He was the nicest guy ever. He welcomed me to set the first day. We were called to hair and makeup at 5:30 in the morning. He put his hand on my shoulder and said, "Welcome to the Shameless family." And I got to play his new family. So, I got to be his daughter for, 6 weeks. I shot 2 weeks in Chicago and I shot 4 weeks in LA. It was amazing.
Well, we have a clip that we're going to play. Do you remember the clip? Because it was a while ago you sent it.
Well, no, I'm going to be surprised like you are.
All right, excellent. I was just going to let you lead into it, but it's about a 3-minute clip. Bobby, can she see it too?
She's not going to be able to see
All
it.
right, you're not going to be able to see it, but we're going to be watching the clip. The clip is 3 minutes long. You want to finish some of your coffee? Enjoy. We're going to show that clip now. We'll be right back to you.
Good night, kids.
Night, Daddy Frank. You want a quick BJ, Daddy Frank?
That's just not right.
I've been down to the point of nothing, looking for someone to bring me round. Help us all.
Here we go.
No, none for the adults.
Bitch.
You tell him, New Fiona.
That's new Fiona?
New Fiona, clean the trash from the lot under the L.
How is that fighting dirty?
We become them. This is psychological warfare. A thinking man's game.
Frank! What the hell did you do with our washing machine?
You mean my washing machine that you stole from me when you kicked me out of the house that I secured for all of us? The house...
So the Burnett's, where do they...
Listen, it was kind of the Burnett's to come in and to take care and to adopt. It was kind of them.
And the father? Do you know where he is?
I don't know. She never told us.
We don't know who, what, or where.
Hi, I'm the
CMO.
Yes, and I'm here for
Business Insights.
Yes.
Follow me. This is the data from all our customers. The supply chain, social media, finance, pretty much everywhere.
But it's so much data. Can I use it to drive business strategy?
Your business has lots of data.
You'll need this.
So, what'd you think? See the episode last night?
Oh, yes, I did.
Woohoo!
Such a good episode.
I know, right? It was crazy. I mean, never in the 3 episodes prior.
This season's TV on your schedule.
Death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. And your rod and your staff.
Bible verses! We don't need your stinking Bible verses. Now you quit your yakking and get to dancing, deadbeats.
The police are here.
How's she doing?
Not right now.
Stride her with what appears to be an expanding hematoma.
Lady, can you stay?
Yeah. You know her?
Oh, she's my girlfriend.
I need to take a statement. Did he use anything to hit you with?
Just his fist.
Did he at any point threaten to kill you?
Maybe. I don't really remember.
Okay, I'm gonna take a couple Polaroids of your injuries, okay?
Okay.
I sent a squad car to his office. I'll let you know once we get him.
Oh, great, thanks.
And there you have it. You have Mary's trailer. She gave you a little bit about her and what she's done. How's that? Was that, that fitting? That was Mary's trailer.
Yeah.
Mary, you want to tell
basically.
us about what we saw?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's so as an actor, you have to have video of yourself. So when you're being submitted for, new roles, they know what you've done. So it had Shameless on there. I was in the movie Shattered, which had Ariane Zucker in it. And, so that was great. She's a huge soap opera star. Ray Wise, Molly Burnett, and then also Creative Differences that had Justin Chilton in it. Joshua Alba, AJ Vidor, me, a bunch of actors, comic actors that I work with all the time. And then a commercial. There was a national commercial for Hulu, a Hulu promo in there that I did years and years ago when my kids were small. So, it's sort of the summation of my work, and it ends with ER. And that was one of my first breaks. I played Officer Trudy Lang on ER for NBC for 2 episodes. And then the same casting director that cast me for ER cast me for Shameless. So those connections mean something.
Absolutely, they do.
Yeah.
As long as you remember, here, just lay this together. Andrew Washington. Okay.
Yeah, Andrew Washington, I'll remember.
Thank you. That's why I told that this connection means something.
Yes.
I
see you.
I just want a chance. So far, I've been fortunate enough that people have given me breaks, and each time I get one, I just seize the moment, and I keep getting bigger ones. So having folks like Mary Kennedy on might help me.
Yeah, well, and I'm also a professional stand-up comic, so I'm always.
I know you are.
So I'm always working my craft. Always, always, always.
Speaking of stand-up comic, do you have what's one of your funny stories that you may have introduced your comic to the folks on set, your comedic ways?
Oh, sometimes, just for fun. Well, I was on Conan. I was a sketch actress on Conan for seven episodes. So, that lent itself to do some jokes. They're so great over there that, you might find me doing jokes by craft service as I get some food, because it's fodder for that. Like the best joke writers in the world are on Conan. So it's pretty fun. So yeah, I've done that. I've also done, when I lived in New York and I had to take the Greyhound bus to Boston one Thanksgiving and we got stuck in Connecticut, I was known to do 7 minutes on the mic in the bus. I did. And the audience couldn't leave because they were stuck on the bus.
They were stuck.
So.
How much money did you make? How
Nothing.
Much
Nothing. No, it was because everybody, it was either that or a revolt, and I was going to be walking from, Greenwich to Boston. So I decided to calm everybody down with some easy breezy stand-up comedy. So
I find myself turning money down. It sounds weird, right? But I love to do magic. So when I do magic for people, sometimes they just they go to give me money. I'm like, no, I didn't go to do it for that. But then, there's that when I'm doing it for a group of people and the dad might come over, shake my hand, and there's a $20 bill in there. I know comedy, it's a job. You do it to make money. But is comedy something that you just enjoy to do? Like magic, I enjoy to do. I'd do it if you weren't just to do it. Is comedy like that for you as well?
Well, yeah, because as you start, and I'm sure this happened with you too, as you start, I started in New York, thank God for New York Comedy Club, Al Martin, Tommy Savitt, and Stand Up New York, Tim Davis. You start and you're basically bartering, you're working, I'll do this and we'll trade. I sold tickets for Stand Up New York. So for years I did it for free. And then when I started getting credits, and Shameless was a big one, that's when the money started coming in because people were actually coming to see me. Right. I was filling clubs to see me, but people are also itchy to see what my next credit is going to be. And I just got cast in a pretty big movie. And so we'll see. I'm not allowed to say anything yet, but that could be the next sort of soundbite that everybody's waiting to hear. But I do comedy still when I'm going on the road and I have a big gig in June I have to do. I'll be popping in every club in town, working it. Sometimes I'll get paid, sometimes I won't. I mean, ideally, I'd like to get paid for every gig I do, but if you're working your set, Jerry Seinfeld, when he was working his material for his special, he bumped me off a spot at Stand Up New York. He says, I'm going to go before you. Are you okay with that? I said, sure. And then he stayed and watched my set. But, that was a show that I produced and he wasn't getting paid for that. I had no money to give him at that point. So
talking about Seinfeld, I recently was with someone who was able to tell me a story because I'm meeting more people and they've done more things, been around things. But this gentleman was actually on the plane when Jerry Seinfeld was flying to Los Angeles to pitch his show about nothing. And the people on the plane, it was actually one of these planes, it was like apartments in the plane, where they had 20 apartments in the plane. They flew out of Kennedy Airport. It was crazy. Hopefully I'll be able to try this stuff one day. But the people laughed at him and said, good luck with that, because it was a show about nothing. And that's one of the things that I base this show on. It's a show about nothing. When I try to describe it, it's wherever we want to take it. And it's been working well. and you're here and you're telling us about what you're doing, and it's great. Mary, I have a caller. I think he's calling you. Bobby, is he there? I have a caller. Talk about some of your fans enjoying what you're doing, what you're going to do next. He wants to ask you some things about Shameless. Bruno, are you there?
I am. How you doing there, Andrew?
Thank you very much for calling in.
I'm just coming off a cold, so I sound probably a little bit horsey or whatever. But at any rate, hopefully Daddy Frank gets better soon. Anyway, we're going to call him Daddy Frank from now on. So, Mary, how is it working with William Macy? Because I watched that series from the get-go, and that was a water cooler talk every single week after the episodes aired.
He's wonderful. I mean, I was talking to Andrew about it. You know, he is an actor's actor. I mean, you know, he still has done theater. You know, he was doing theater with David Mamet, who's a friend of his. Like, you wanted to be a better actor when you were on set with him. And he was very brought you in. He brought you into his like art and his practice. And to work with him, he was just in a lot of ways, just like a regular guy. Like, I talked to him about my kids. I talked to him about, you know, being 20 minutes north of Boston. I talked to him about, you know, also my comedy stuff. He played his ukulele on set. He's a real regular guy that's an incredible actor. To watch him work, I was, you know, one scene I was like 2 feet away from him. To watch him work, amazing.
Yeah, that's cool because obviously, from what I understand, reading some of the background story, that the producer didn't let you guys bring script to the filming. So everybody had to know their lines. Did you guys improv every so often?
Well, so yeah, we couldn't bring our strips. That's
right. You get it out.
You know, me being new Fiona, the outer work prostitute. Scripts to set. No, we had to know all of our lines. If we did have a question, then we could talk to the AD. There was one point we did do a scene. We were shooting in Chicago, and he wanted to tweak a line a little bit, and we had to get the writers on the phone. Like sitcoms, writers are king. Writers were king over there. Because the words. And what was amazing, Krista Vernoff wrote, she's a producer, but she's also a writer. She wrote one of the scripts I was in. She just writes so well for an actor. And you know the character, there's so many hints. And so even if Bill Macy wanted to do something or change something, we had to get the okay. But, you know, I mean, that was a great moment to watch him. And he didn't bring his script to set either. So he had to learn all those lines. And we would run lines together if we were in holding and things like that. Was really cool experience running lines with him, you know, and rehearsing with him.
Awesome. Well, that was a new twist when he brought in the new family. That was pretty interesting. So anyway, I appreciate the time. I don't want to take too much more time, but you have a happy new year and continued success with your career. And Andrew, you know your career is going to take off. You and Frank have got a awesome show. We'll catch up with you guys soon. I'll be in New York soon. We'll get together, Andrew and Frank.
That sounds great, Bruno. Thank you very much. Thank you for supporting our show from day one. And I really appreciate.
Not a problem, pal.
I really appreciate that he actually came in with an educated question. You know, these folks he did his research. That's a fan. You know,
I don't screw around. Exactly. I'm a fan.
Yeah, you know, sometimes taking callers, it's a little risky because you don't know what they're going to say and what direction they're going to go. But we had faith in Bruno. I really appreciate him calling in.
You know I'm a real fan. You guys have a good night.
Thanks Bruno, very much.
Bye.
Take care. All right, bye-bye.
So, Mary, we talked about Shameless. You got to hear from one of your fans out there. Tell me a little bit about midlife mood swing.
Yeah, so and that's a huge premise for my new comedy set. So about 2 years ago, a bunch of my friends and I from college were talking, and we realized in the conversation that we weren't talking about everything that was going on in our lives. And one of the main things that we weren't talking about was the fact that all of us, and there's a group of 6 of us, we're going through menopause, and nobody was talking about it. And I at that moment, and it's perimenopause. Like I'm, and I'm fine to say my age. I'm almost 50. So I'm not in full blown menopause. And so, but my friends were having so many symptoms. I was having so many symptoms. People in the business that I was working with, comics and friends of mine and producers, like everybody was having these symptoms, women, and nobody was talking about it. So a friend of mine went through a surgery and did it by herself. Like she didn't have any support. We didn't know about it. And I decided I needed to start a thing on Facebook called Midlife Mood Swing, which is the name of my one-person show, which is about kind of going through midlife in a way from my mother's perspective. And I decided to start this page, and we have almost 1,000 fans, women. And every day I post a topic about what we're going through. And it's a place for us to sort of vent. And every single husband partner out there is so thankful for this, because it's a place for us to vent what we're going through, because our mothers, for the most part, didn't talk about it, didn't talk about menopause. It was a change. My grandmother used to call it a change. My mother kind of talked about it, but we just didn't know what to expect. And so we have experts in the field. We do a show called Menopod. It's a podcast. You can get it on iTunes, Spotify, Anchor. And, we just are a resource for women to really talk about what the hell their body's going through and to empower themselves.
So you said, you're not afraid to tell your age. You're almost 50. I'll be 50 in 12 days. Okay?
Ooh, good for you.
So the females in my circle are going through the change. So if you ever want a male's perspective on this nuttiness that goes on, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Because they're, like you said, the spouses, the partners of the women in your group are thankful. That's because they've gotten beaten up, cursed out for nothing, got stuff thrown at them, all out of nowhere. But how long? Because I do know somebody. She runs the bar I used to work at. She's been having this change for about 2 years. How long does this go on?
It can go on to up to 10 years.
Oh my Lord! Thank God I wasn't drinking something. I would have just spit it out.
Yeah, 10 years. And ladies out there, this is kind of what's interesting. You could still get pregnant. I mean, that's what's so frightening. Like, I have 2 kids, and
that's what's frightening.
It's really frightening. Like, they call it a menopause baby. And so you gotta be careful in that place, but it's also a chance for us to understand our emotional, physical, and sexual health. And I think for many women, we've not been given that right to do that. And so I just hope, and it's scary. It's not easy. Like, my husband doesn't really want to know. Like, he knows something is happening when he is in like 85 blankets and I have a fan on my face and the windows are open. Like, he knows there's a problem when it's freezing outside, but my kind of freezing, not your kind of freezing. Yeah. But, so I think we provide a resource. I think it's also given us a sense of humor around it. But yeah, no, it could be up to 10 years. And I feel if women are having like bad symptoms that really affects their relationships, their life, their work life, they really should go to their GYN, their gynecologist, and talk about their hormone levels and see if there's something they can do. There's creams out there, there's protocols, there's holistic stuff you can do. We're not doctors. Whenever a medical question comes up, we refer to the doctors that support us. But for the most part, it's making this possible 10 years, an easy road. Because here's the deal. You do not go through menopause until you've had a year without your period. And I have friends who are like 9 months and then all of a sudden they get their period. Well, they still are getting their period. And they're still not in menopause and they still can get pregnant. So,
well, that's one thing that I did not know. So you educated me. Look at this. I've been educated on menopause by Mary Kennedy. Thank you for that lesson. But no, that's a good avenue that people do have. And I hope that, doing this show and talking about it more, that you get more followers to your group, because I know a few people I'm going to recommend that they get to this group.
Well, and be careful. Make sure that they, are in a good mood. And they can join our group, Midlife Mood Swing, on Facebook, or they can listen to our podcast Menopod on iTunes, Anchor, anywhere you can listen to a podcast.
Okay, so you have Midlife Mood Swing, and you're touring with this summer, correct?
So Midlife Mood Swing, there's two parts of it. Midlife Mood Swing is also my one-woman show about being a roadie for my mother's wedding band that my mother started when she was going through menopause. So there's a play that I wrote and directed by Charlene Ward. And basically, I tour with it. It's about my mom's wedding band. It's about me being her roadie at 16 in Massachusetts and kind of watching her life as she goes through midlife, trying to support her kids with a wedding band.
Is that where the entertainment bug bit you?
Yeah. I mean, my mom, took me to my first audition when I was 5. Oh. And my mom was a professional musician. She played piano. My father was an insurance broker. He had no idea what we were doing. And then they got divorced when I was 10. And then, my mother sort of lit the way to me being an actor. I went to Emerson College summer program and did acting there for a whole summer. And then I got into Emerson College in Boston and got my degree in theater ed with directing and acting. So I got bit by the bug. It's not, it's not a bug that never goes away. Like I've been bitten and I love every aspect of it.
At this moment, so do I.
Yeah.
So Mary Kennedy, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for joining us.
Of course.
I wish Frank was here. Frank be smiling from ear to ear, as I know he is at home right now. I really do appreciate it. I wish you the best of luck and success in your future endeavors. And maybe we can meet again.
Absolutely. I'll be in New York in April, guys.
I know he started that up already. He's like, when you come to New York, maybe I saw you like, yes, Frankie.
Yeah, I miss the food in New York. I miss the people. I was there in October. Had a great time, and I'll be working with Laughter Saves Lives. So I'll keep you guys all in the loop.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mary Kennedy. Thank you very much. We're going to take a commercial break right now. When we come back, we're going to have filmmaker, actor, director, Glenn McBride Jr. We'll be back after this.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Mike Crudell here, former pitcher for the Cardinals, Brewers, and the Long Island Ducks. You're watching The Truth, Andrew Washington, and Frank Correa on Strong Island TV. Get a kick out of these dudes.
And here he is, Mr. Glenn McBride. I'm going to tell you, I just get into a quick story. We really don't have a story, but we have a story.
We have a story.
So it was in Clifton, New Jersey. I was doing the NAX wrestling. I was doing some interviews. Glenn was there working as part of the set for. You were on the. You were in the set on the show for on set for my Good Friday with Sal Ranella. He's in the building. I'm in the building. We passed each other for a couple of hours.
For a while.
A couple of hours, right? And something was posted by Sal the other day. And I commented, I said, oh, wow, that's a nice picture of the commercial.
Right.
That I wasn't in, although I was all through it. Glenn responded, neither was I. I said, wait a minute, you were there.
I think that was you.
So that's the story. We're just meeting and we have a story.
We haven't really met. First we met you.
So let's get it right into it.
Okay.
Because I heard you guys talking out there, and there was a lot of talk out there about awards. Yo, these dudes are somebody. So everybody out there's got an award for something, and I'm going to get an award for getting them on the show, I guess. So supply and demand. Let's get right into that one. Tell me about supply and demand, because you were nominated and won numerous awards. the Super Indie Film Festival,
Right.
at Los Angeles Film Festival.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Supply and Demand is a web series. Is if you love movies like Pineapple Express and stuff like that, it's about two friends who are stoners, they're nobodies. They owe a local drug dealer some money to do like this rich, easy scheme to pay him off. It backfires, and they find themselves connected with crooked cops and drug dealers and stuff like that. And it's just a crazy, crazy comedy. So
I gotta tell you, you see the smile I got right now?
Right.
There's a reason for it.
Okay.
All right. So, time's tough. I don't have cable right now.
Okay.
So I have a stack of movies,
okay.
that I keep watching over and over.
Okay.
One of them is Pineapple Express.
Pineapple Express.
And I'm going through my head, and I'm like, all right, cool. Wait till I get home.
I love that movie.
Wait till I get home.
I love that movie.
So I'm gonna tell you, I got no choice. I'm gonna watch that one.
Yeah, it's dope. But
I put it right on my phone, put it right to the TV.
I
and
love
we're
that
good.
movie. But that's how Supply and Demand is. A story of myself, Keith Linza, Kyle Grant, Vaughn Johnson, Ryan Staten. It's a bunch of people from Long Island. So there's a lot of people I went to high school with years ago that wanted to be actors and stuff like that. I hired them. So
And then you give them the opportunity.
Yeah, man. So we're all good friends.
You're
We're
not
good
giving
friends.
them the opportunity. They earned the
They
opportunity.
earned it. They're working actors as well. You know what I'm saying? So they're working it. I got you.
I'm kicking. So I try to do that, and I appreciate you for doing that, because that's a little bit how I'm here.
Okay.
You know, we have a mutual
friend.
friend.
Yeah, Frank's my
Carrera.
homie. Frank's my homie.
Frank was watching my stuff on Facebook and
Really?
stuff. And then I do lawn care service. So
Okay.
I went to talk to him. He wanted me to check out his lawn.
All right.
So I'm like, all right. And I just did some stuff in front of him. You know, it's like you could see it, but when you see it in front of you, it's like a whole different thing.
Yeah.
And I blew him away. And then he talked to Dan Romano.
Okay.
And Dan Romano brought me on his show.
Dan's a good friend of mine too. Yeah.
And then Frankie talked to Michelle Asta.
Okay.
And he got me on her show.
Wow.
And things just went from there. So
That's a good guy.
people need people.
Yeah, we need people. Even Frank, he got me into Good Friday. He recommended me to Sal.
That dude,
he's a good dude. Frank's a good dude. He's a great
dude
dude.
will help anybody.
Yeah.
He will help anybody. He'll do what he can
He's
for
such
anybody.
a nice guy, man.
And I will always be thankful
Yeah.
for the opportunity. You know, a lot of people say, oh, you know, I did that for you. I did it. No, Frank.
Frank's a great guy.
Frank's the one, and that's why Frank's the one sitting here with me.
Yeah, he's a great
Well,
guy.
he should be. He should be.
Right, he should be.
But,
Miss you, Frank.
yo, every other day, this guy, he's like, oh,
he's
my
big
back
time.
hurts. Yeah, he's big time, but he thinks that's why one of you was call him Daddy Frank.
Daddy Frank.
It should be Grandpa Frank. Well, he is a grandpa now.
Yeah,
you know,
that's right. Right.
He's been a grandpa, but now he's going to be another grandpa. But he's moving around like a grandpa.
Really, yeah. That's my guy, though. He's good, man.
You got to hear him talk. I said, wow, you sound like shit.
I called him. I talked to him this morning. Yeah, he didn't sound so great. But
You know, right now he's calling me all sorts of names. Whatever. This is your time. Let's get back to you. So you went to the Art Institute in New York City.
Right.
Is that something you do after high school, after college, or is that in lieu of college? What is that?
It was way after high school. After high school, I wanted to get into film, but I convinced myself I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So at age 28, I was stuck, and I said, you know what, I have to do it now or never. I took a chance. I went to Art Institute. I was nervous. When I got there, maybe 3 months in, I got into like every program. They had me do the Tribeca Film Fest on the red carpet. They hired me to do a documentary for the school, and then when I went for the screening, I thought it was at the school. They're like, nah, it's at Tribeca Cinema, and it had my name and lights and stuff like that. And I was like, right then I knew I made the right decision.
Yeah.
So only thing I regret was I wish I did it earlier, right after high school, because I found out I was actually good in film.
I totally understand what you feel. I went back to school at 25.
Wow.
After school, and you know, of course, you do 4.0, perfect
Right.
attendance, way different than high school.
Same with me, 4.0, like,
way
I got all
different than high
these awards
school.
and everything. I'm
Yeah,
like, what happened?
you know, best attendance. They actually selected me to speak at graduation.
Wow. Okay.
So it was way different.
Way different from high
right?
school and junior high school. Yeah.
The mindset that you have is different.
Because you have a passion. You have a passion for something now. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
So mine, however, was computers.
Okay.
You know, they didn't
Nice.
have magic school there.
Okay.
So mine was computers, and I did well in that. I got a job at. It was the time, you know. It was 1999. It's like computers were big.
Right.
But you know, I did magic as one of my presentations during oral communication class, and I left magic alone. And then just, almost 2 years I got back into magic. And what I'm doing now, I say to myself, like you said, I wish I would have done this years ago.
Right.
When I first started when I was 19. So
Okay.
right out of high school, like you.
Right.
Right out of high school, I had the opportunity. I was doing magic, but it was kind of kiddish. I was doing it in costumes and stuff. Bert and Ernie, Barney.
Yeah.
What Barney does magic. But I was doing it.
Okay.
But it wasn't cool in the hood.
True. Yeah. I
You understand?
Yeah. We don't really.
So I pushed that back.
Okay.
For no other reason, just to fit in.
Ah. Okay.
I would have fit in. I was still a dude. I was still
Right.
I would have still fit in. But it wasn't cool. All my friends doing magic. It's not
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
So how is it trying to do magic when nobody wants to pay attention to you?
It's kind of tough.
Right. So I made the choice to go back at it, and I wish I did.
Yeah, but now it's better late than never. You're doing it now.
Right.
You're killing it.
Just like you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm doing it now.
You know what I'm saying?
You're killing it. I don't have. You know what award I get?
What?
A reward from Speedway with my car.
You're funny,
That's the only award I get. You got to put. All right, let me get where am I at here? So you have stir up crazy. You were in.
Yeah, it's a feature film. We just finished wrapping it up not too long ago. They're doing post. It's my first feature film as one of the leads, starring my good friend Eugene T. Barnes, myself. A lot of people from Supply and Demand is in that as well. It's directed by Lincoln Caspin. So right now, it's a crazy feature film. Eugene plays a CEO of a company. His very controlling mother's flying in. And he has to tell his mother that he's going to marry this girlfriend that she doesn't approve. So in the midst of that, I'm his best friend who also co-owns the company, and I'm doing all this crazy stuff, and all the other workers are doing crazy stuff that he has to deal with. So it's a crazy comedy. It's a really good cast, really talented
I like
cast.
that. What I'm noticing, being around all you guys with Sal Ranella, Dan Romano, Frank Herrera, all these guys, all the movies that you guys done, it's usually the same group of guys going to the next one.
Right. I love doing stuff like that.
And that's got to give the cohesion that you have. And like people say, Frank and I have chemistry.
Yeah.
And this is just self-given. But you guys must build up chemistry after time and time because you already know other person's tendencies.
And you can trust them. Like, hey, I know what they can do and what they can bring to the table. So, and I love like Adam Sandler and Seth Rogen, how they hired the same guys, they have their crew. So me, I have my crew. I have my crew guys that I love, that I've known these guys since high school, all through the comedy scene. And I'm like, yo, you know what? If I make it, I'm bringing you guys with me. You know what I'm saying? So,
and you mean that.
I mean it.
And I know you mean that because outside we have Eugene T. Barnes.
Oh, yeah. You got
right? We have Eugene outside waiting.
We got
to come
Eugene and Ryan, yeah, man.
And Ryan's up there too. So you have a Christmas comedy. No. So this is so out front. Right, we're sitting there talking, and I tell people when they're here that I don't want to talk to you because I have things in my head that I want to say, and I don't want to get them out and ruin the moment so I can catch a reaction like I did. So this Christmas comedy that I believe I would be absolutely great for.
Okay.
Right?
No, we haven't started filming yet, so I can.
I know that. I'd be great for you. You want to tell them what it's about?
So my good friend Brandon Brass plays this guy who finds out that he got his wife and mistress pregnant at the same time.
At the same time. So ain't that something?
So he's in a lot of trouble. I play his best friend that's trying to help him through this and everything. And he has to deal with their pregnancies. It's totally different women. One is controlling, the other one is passive. He has to do all this stuff. And, at the end he becomes a better man. He has to learn to become a better man, but it's a crazy Christmas comedy.
So there's one people like that have that friend. So what you gonna do, dog?
Right. I'm that guy.
How you gonna handle it?
I'm that guy.
What are you gonna do?
And I don't make it. I don't make it better for him. I'm kind of like
No, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, I'm not.
No, you dug this hole, man. I'm gonna help you dig it further.
But my character is doing some stuff too.
At the end, the message comes out.
Yeah, he has to become a better man, and he steps up.
Yeah. Well, how do you? He steps up.
Right.
What is he moving both in the same house?
No, well, you gotta see the movie.
How do you step up? Man, you done dug yourself a grave.
Right. Yeah. And it was Brandon Brass who was his idea. He pitched it to me, and I was like, "Yo, that's funny.
It
that's
is
something different.
It is because I gotta tell you, just from growing up where I grew up and just having, the crazy ideas that come in my head and always thinking of something silly. So when I read that, I said, oh, this is funny. I don't know nothing about it.
The script is funny.
It has to be.
It's written by myself, Brandon Brass, and a great writer, Jimmy Kelly.
It has to be funny.
So it's really great.
So, Glenn, we're going to take a commercial break.
Okay.
And when I come back, we're going to come back with Eugene and Ryan.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break. We're going to come back right after this.
Troianello Cigars, created by cigar enthusiast Michael Troianello of Scranton, PA, prides itself in offering top-notch cigars not only to the Pennsylvania market, but worldwide. Troianello Cigars is a proud maker of premium hand-rolled cigars, with a wide range of premium cigars, flavored cigars, and accessories. You're sure to find what you're looking for.
Hi everyone, this is Lance Davis, former Cincinnati Red and a part of the championship team from the 2004 of Long Island Ducks. I want everyone to stay tuned for January 10th for Andrew Washington's show on The Truth to watch what happened on this amazing year and the amazing season that we had.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Here we go. Hey, so you know what? This is not meant for 4 people. Sorry, Bobby. But you know, we got 4 people in here right now. So we got Eugene. So Eugene, not only is he a stand-up actor, a host, writer, director, but he's the man behind the voice there at the stadium for Seton Hall. You know, he's like, that's what you want to talk about. Yeah, man, that's what I want to talk about.
From the moment I walked in the studio,
Yeah.
he talked about. He even say my name. He's like Seton Hall.
You didn't even know what I was talking
Yeah,
about. I said, oh no, I got you. So Eugene, tell us a little about yourself, because Glenn has mentioned that you in the movies that you guys are working on.
Yeah. So, I am Eugene T. Barnes. I work at Seton Hall. No, man, stand-up comedian, man. Been doing it for a little while. Doing it full-time now. And I actually met Glenn through stand-up comedy.
That's right.
Yeah, I was
a judge.
Yeah, he was a judge in a comedy festival that I did. I didn't win. But I got Glenn's information. He likes me.
Yeah, he wins, but you got to listen. It's not about winning,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
It's about the exposure.
The exposure.
You got the exposure.
Yep.
You got the right person.
What cross?
I forgot the name of it.
Comedy,
It was such
something
long.
like
it was
that.
like 4 years or 5 years ago.
It was a minute ago.
5
It
years
was a minute
ago.
ago.
And I was like, that guy, he's the one.
He's funny.
He's
So,
funny.
yeah, so
I don't
since
know if
then-
he's funny. I'll be the judge of that.
No, he's funny, man.
Listen,
He's
so
funny.
you put people on the spot.
No. I'm not gonna put you on the spot. I'm gonna show up one day.
Okay.
That's what I said.
All right.
So where you performing now? Is that on hold right now while you're working on films? What is going on?
Well,
with
I
you?
mean, I'm doing stand up. Right now, I'm doing a lot of like private events, corporate stuff like that. Yeah. While I write that kind of that's funding.
Yeah. That's what I mean. He's smart. Yeah. Any corporate people looking, you need a magician out here, and I got some funny people in my circle already. I can add some more to it.
Yeah, man. So that's how I got hooked up with Glenn, and then man, like he called me. It was a little while. It was like
Yeah, it was years ago.
Yeah,
I said, yo, I'm a.
Oh, a little from the first meeting.
Yeah.
From the first meeting, right? It took a little bit of time.
That definitely shows you stood out in his mind.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like, I ain't getting nothing from that. And then out of the blue, I get a call.
Look
and
at
it's
you.
him. It's like, I got this project, got you in mind, and then from there, man, we just kept working.
He's the lead, man. He's the lead of the movie. He's killing it.
So, and we got Ryan Roman, he's a Puerto Rican filmmaker, writer, another stand-up comedian. Yeah. So you created the web series Grown Ass Kid, which you're also winning awards. You got any awards?
Do I got any awards? I got
Yeah,
awards.
well,
but
us two. Yeah,
See, this is what I'm saying. I'm the only one here without an award.
We'll get you one. We'll get you one.
This is some. You know what? I'm trying not to use curse words on this show because I want to get to cable. But this is some bullshit.
So much for cable, yo.
Yeah, we get there next week.
We'll hook you up.
We get there next week. So Ryan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I've been doing stand-up for, pandemic. I took the pandemic off, but like for 4 years consistently. Started when I was 16, took a little break between then. Met Eugene, and then since then I was rocking consistently. Met Glenn through Eugene for this project that the come up that we're working on now.
And that's a good name for it, the come up, because that's all we're trying to do. We're all
Just
trying
trying to come up.
We're all just trying to come up. That's beautiful. So are you looking to get back into anything now?
The transition back into stand-up has been kind of slow. You know what I'm saying? I've been getting into it, dabbling, but then
here's the thing.
Virus going back up.
I have some access to this spot out in East Hampton. I mentioned to Eugene that I could do some things. A couple of people, I got my cousin Black Sav up in Rhode Island.
Okay.
They put a stage together. They might not have seen one like that before.
Yeah. Okay. Let us know.
They do.
They do. You say it.
I wish I was a stand-up man. I wish.
Listen, let me ask you a question, because there's always one. Because I'm funny. I don't care what none of y'all say. I'm funny. Anybody hit the comments. I'm funny, right? Somebody better say
Somebody gonna say
it. Does he try to overdo it?
For me?
Yeah. Does he try to overdo it in the comedy area?
We have a lot of scenes together.
Yeah.
I'm saying yes to we got a lot of things together.
I had to step up. I had to step up. I had to step up.
It does make you have to.
The physical comedy that he was bringing, I was like, oh no, hold up. I had to step up.
And that's the good thing about working with good people.
Yeah.
It's because you elevate each other. And that's something Frank and I do for each other. We talk about it. I said, we're just bound. We push each other to get better. Yeah. And we have this idea where none of us are looking for second place.
Sure.
Even though they give an award for that. I don't want
that. Right.
I don't want that award.
I don't want that one. I want the good try. I don't want the good trying award.
You know what my thing? Because I was a big competitor, athlete. Still am.
Okay.
Second place, first loser.
Yeah.
I need to know how much second place getting paid.
Yeah.
If it's getting paid comfortable, I might.
No. I feel you, but I can't feel you. All right. At the end of the day, when that part kicks in, well, you still getting paid, okay? But at that moment, I'm still pissed off that I got second place. I don't care if the check's for $1 million. You better not give it to me right now. No, you better not give it to me. I might rip it. I'm stupid like that.
No, I'll take it.
I'm taking the check.
You know those remote control planes?
Right.
I used to have 4 of them, right?
Okay.
Heard me say used to?
Right.
So, I was like 23, 24 years old, and I was dating this girl, and she was like, you care about them planes more than I do. Because I was always out flying my plane. I said, no, I don't. I'll show you. 1, 2, 3. Still crying, man.
Oh, man, for love.
Wow.
Where's she at now?
I'm some married somewhere.
Some marriage
somewhere.
Not with me.
Right. But I did that.
Right.
It's the heat of the moment, the proven point.
Right.
So if you handed me a check when I was upset for $1 million, I might rip it up.
I'll stop you though if you don't want it.
I'll
take it. I'll take it.
But that's how much my passion is to win. Second place is not cool, no matter how much.
I feel it.
So I want some damn awards. I'm sick of looking at you 3 right now.
Well, you go with. I got the.
Frank, I need an award, man. You better come with something.
Frank, need an award.
Oh yeah, wait. Oh yeah, Frank's got one.
Oh wow!
Best actor for.
That's right.
Best actor for Streets too.
Streets, yeah, Streets too, yeah.
Yeah, Dan got one. Yeah. Oh, you got one.
So you gotta.
You not in Streets?
We gotta get you on.
Nah, man, I ain't know nobody at the time. I would have been in there. I would have been in there.
Talk to Dan.
Sal, I'm like making dinner for Sal. How you doing, Sal? You got a project coming up? Yeah, let me help you out, man. You want to take your garbage out?
Sounds good, dude.
No, sounds good. That's good. Well, I appreciate you guys here, man. Tell me a little bit about you. Where can people see you? What are you doing? You mentioned the projects you got, and that's a little dope hoodie.
Man. Thank you, man.
What's that about?
That's Nipsey Hussle.
Love Nipsey Hussle.
Love Nipsey, man.
Nipsey Hussle. People, I try to tell people that Nipsey Hussle has his name because of his hustle.
Right.
He did a lot of things underground, a lot of things
the music scene,
unconventional.
Yeah.
And look at this, everybody loves Nipsey Hussle.
I love Nipsey since.
But his music didn't cross over like it should from
Yeah, until like the Marathon the album came out. Yeah.
It's weird how, you know,
it's weird how
East
it
Coast,
works.
West Coast,
Yeah.
South Side. That's all nonsense, man.
It's all nonsense.
It's all nonsense.
I love LA.
But of course you love LA. That's the LA. Once you get to LA, you making money.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So once we get that $1 million check, we're not ripping it up. We're moving to
We're
LA.
moving to
We're
LA.
moving to LA.
Put it to good use.
I'm down with it.
I'm down
I
with it,
am
too.
down with it because if you're a friend of Frankie only has good people in his circle.
Frankie's a great guy, man.
And Frankie will tell you straight out, yeah, that dude's an asshole.
Yes, I had a conversation with him. Frank will let you know.
Yeah, and that's why, like, the truth is a nickname that I had growing up with the fire department where I met Frankie.
Okay.
But it was because I looked like Call of Truth Williams.
Okay.
You see,
Okay.
he's like,
That's
that's
good.
still. But I tried to be a fan of his.
Okay.
But then I watched him fight. He got knocked out.
Oh,
So I just told you my feelings of second place.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just support that.
That's a very different second place.
Yeah, getting knocked out is like.
Yeah, that's the second place. That's the lowest.
Losing in the NBA Finals and getting knocked out in front of your
totally
family. Two entirely
So you
different
feel
things.
me on that? That's why. How you get knocked? How you lay there and look up like that?
Yeah, I'd rather get dunked on than get knocked out.
Yeah, you gotta mail me that check after I heal up. Don't hand me it. Mail that to me. 2 weeks later.
See, all right. So we from the same pool.
Yeah.
We from it's still second place, but way different.
Way different.
Like was it Nate from the Knicks?
Oh, Robinson.
Nate Robinson.
Yeah, he got knocked out from that. The guy we was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the memes that they made after that?
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to be a meme.
Why? You have enough money, dude.
I think they had like a Twitter beef.
I don't care. I don't
It's
care.
not worth it.
It's not worth it.
You were fighting a boxer.
Yeah.
He was doing good in Big Three. He was
Yeah.
doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
He was doing it, but now he
gone now.
Yeah. He still might be laying there like, what happened? What happened? The bus number was 645.
Yo.
Because something hit him hard.
Hard. No way.
Oh, man. Yeah,
No
I
way.
wouldn't do it. They talk about, let's do one of these charity, but
There was the other one, Aaron Carter, and the other guy,
Oh, yeah.
Omar.
Oh, Aaron Carter. Oh,
the NBA
man.
player.
The NBA,
They
yeah.
fought.
Yeah.
Nah, not happening.
Yeah. I don't know how I don't even know how professionals box. Because once and then they're fine the next day. Because
They're
if you
not
hit
fine.
me, I'm
Like
coming after
that?
Oh,
your family.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm not, like,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
we're not going to be cool
We're not
after
cool.
this. Yeah, no.
Yeah, nah. I'm
My,
not with
my mama, my
Like,
kids.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can't go home.
No.
You
Coming
can't go home
in
after
the
that.
sweater.
Because you know the saying, growing up in a black family, you come home after you got beat, I'm whooping your ass.
And then everybody saw it, so you can't even
you
lie
can't-
about it. It's on
yeah,
TV.
yeah,
Like,
he said everybody saw it.
Your woman's ashamed.
Everybody. I don't know how you do it.
You film a little documentary about training.
You got the dun 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 dun, and you got knocked out. You got knocked out.
Do you ever see that there's a clip, a karate fight or MMA fight or whatever. This dude's dancing around the ring. He comes in, he's bouncing, he's all energetic. He's that dude kicked him once in the face.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No way. No way.
Once. Dude just looked at him.
All that.
And just kicked him and he was done. Stupid.
No, that's embarrassing.
Yo, I'm asking where there's a country where they don't have phones, because that's what I have to go. 'Cause
Right.
I couldn't face nobody else.
Yeah, because they videotape it and
I
it
can't.
becomes
I
a
gotta-
meme and TikTok. Nah.
Yeah, well, Glenn McBride, Eugene, Ryan, I appreciate you guys
Thank you for
coming
having me,
on.
man.
Having us, Andrew.
You guys, I definitely got to arrange something, because, you don't know when people come on, what, do I want 10 minutes, do I want 15 minutes?
Right.
You don't know.
You don't know.
You might earn a little bit more.
Oh,
Hey,
all right. Do we get an
I
award
don't know
for
about
that?
you.
We get an award for that? We get an award for that?
Oh, you can't come.
Right, listen,
You can't come.
We can't get no more awards to
no
get
award?
one. That's
Thank you.
where-
That's right. You
that's
got to
the-
get one. Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for
I
having
appreciate
me.
Thank
it.
you for having us.
I'm going to talk to Frankie. Thankfully, we're booked up until like mid-February.
Wow.
But I'd like to have you guys back on. This time, Mary Kennedy was great. I loved it. But I'm going to give you guys your own time. All three of you. And we're going to sit. We're going to oh, wait. I just got yelled at. There's not enough room for 4. So we're going to have to do 2 at a time.
Okay.
All right? Because Frankie will be here.
Oh, yes.
So we're going to have to do 2 at a time. But thank you guys very much. Thank you all for watching. Next week, January 10th, not only is it my grandfather, George Harrison II's birthday, miss you, love you, and heaven pop, but we're having the Long Island Ducks. We're going to go over their championship season from 2004. I was part of that crew. I was the operations director for the team.
Okay.
So I was in the dugouts. I was on the fields. I was in the clubhouse during that championship celebration. What an amazing time. We have a lot of guys, and we'll pay tribute to Kamara Barti, who unfortunately passed away from a brain tumor a couple of weeks ago. He was scheduled to be on that show. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Next week, January 10th, we'll see you again. Peace.
Peace.